that we're back, we can go on to game number 2 with finals.
Awesome. So it shall be. Of course, for everyone who forgot in that sort of minute or so downtime we had when everything was scary and black, we're going to have South Park versus Draw, game 2, and it's going to be super exciting. You do not want to miss this.
Indeed. Now, this is very interesting because Draw's currently up 1-0, but in ZVP, this map greatly favors Zerg. But South Park's not playing Zerg, he's playing random. Twist after twist after twist. It's crazy.
They just keep coming. They just keep coming.
So, yeah, let's go into game number 2. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Alright, here we are in game number 2. At the bottom left, as the orange Protoss having a slight probe malfunction, we do have sas.dRaW. And at the bottom right, as they teal Zerg once again, we have SJ.SouthPark. Ooh, is he really going random? He got TP
he is.
Against the walls or something. Huh.
Intense. Wow. So this is actually kind of super lucky, I suppose. Well, or just not that unlucky. So yeah, South Park's going to grab Zerg again, and now it's all dependent on how quickly Draw can scout him, because of course Draw at this point has no idea. So he's going to send out an early probe. It looks like he's prepared to make up forward kind of gateways, whatever happens. So the way Draw plays Protoss versus Zerg probably actually quite favors him when he's playing against random, I would think.
Yeah. And, oh, is he going to scout correctly?
He is not. He's going to go cross positions? Yeah, cross positions.
That's weird. He scouted close last time. He's also doing this weird pylon positioning that you were giggling about in the last series.
Yeah.
In the meantime, oh, we have a 9 pool, of course. What TLS would be complete without a 9 pool? We haven't seen a 9 pool yet today, have we?
No, we have. We saw it in one of those Zergs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, whatever. More 9 pools the merrier. Unless you're Protoss, in which case they suck.
It's deeply unmerry if you're Protoss. So Draw needs to be aware of this, but he's not going to be aware of this. Okay, he did scout close positions, but he scouted the middle first. Okay, I see why this is happening. Yeah, he was just making sure for proxy stuff in the middle, which is entirely sensible. So now he's going to go to the top right.
Interesting.
Yeah, Draw keeping his finger on the pulse. So we have a 9 pool speed happening here from South Park. So he's going to really be going for it, and Draw is maybe going to be in a little bit of spot of bother here if he doesn't figure out what's happening.
That would actually be really hilarious if South Park random Terran or something and just proxy raxed. Oh man,
yeah.
I would be giggling so much.
That would make my day.
The second probe going out, gonna check out what's at the bottom right, where he will in fact find that South Park has lucked out again, and not only that, but he's gone for a 9 pull on a map where it's a little bit tricky to do a good wall, so I think Draw might be in a bit of trouble now. Because this wall is not gonna hold the 9 pull at all.
No, it's really not. Not even a little bit. I mean, no. No, I have nothing to add to that. Just no, it's not going to happen.
Elegant has decreed it so.
So Draw sees what's up. Maybe he's going to be able to pull out some magic. He's definitely going to have to pull out some probes, though, if nothing else, because he's not going to be able to beat this back with just 2 probes and a Zealot alone. He does have the Forging already, though, so he's going to be able to make a cannon, and this could be a really, really crucial deciding factor, because, of course, South Park doesn't know where he is. So this might actually save Draw. Oh my god, I didn't even consider this, because he doesn't actually know where to find Draw.
Man. And Draw actually pulled a bunch of probes just in case, but he's like, oh wait, you're going all the way cross map? Alright, I guess I can go back to mining.
Oh my god,
oh, wow.
This is ridiculous. So Draw's actually going to get away with this.
Look, he's just going all the way to the top left. He's going to go into the base and be like, ah, damn it.
Oh no.
Protoss.
South Park. So Draw actually comes out smelling of roses right there and does what he probably would have done anyway. Once again for the second game in a row. This is crazy.
Smelling of roses, indeed. I love that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he does. This is just looking so good.
I'm sure that's exactly what's happened now. Somebody just like perfumed his room, so Draw literally smells like roses, guys.
Which is an image we all like to have in our minds. Draw kind of covered in rose petals. Oh, I don't even want to go there.
I always knew you were romantic, Elegant.
Well, I am deep down at heart. Maybe not for draw, or maybe for draw after the way his games have been going. I could be romantic for draw. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, I was always a draw fanboy, so you know I'm the original. Get in line.
Yeah.
I'm like
I think
I'm like the hipster fan. Oh, here we go. He's going for a run by, and it's tight. Lol.
It is.
He only
Okay.
lost 4 Zerglings though, so that's not that bad.
Yeah, and Draw actually manages to cancel out his third cannon, so feeling confident, feeling good, and he's getting a complete scout on his opponent as well, so this is looking quite good for our Protoss fella, although he still has no natural... Yeah, he still has no natural nexus. Okay, now throwing down his natural nexus, but it's going to take a little while. So, economically speaking, it's actually not too bad for South Park as of yet.
Ooh, Draw tried to block this mineral only, but didn't quite manage it, and now the Zerglings come in and take out his probe. So actually, now the thing is, I did say that, you know, it wasn't so bad for South Park because he didn't lose that many Zerglings, but the main problem is that he built so many Zerglings and went for the 9 full speed, so his drone count is quite low relative to, you know, if he'd gone for a 12 hatch. Now, on the other hand, of course, he has delayed Draw's expansion by quite a bit as well, so both players kind of hurting economy-wise, you know, not really where they want to be at this point in the game. So in that sense, I suppose it evens out a little bit here, and we can go and see what happens in the mid-game.
Yeah. I mean, it really did. We've seen a lot of these strange games with where it starts weird and then evens out, and then it kind of just gets into a normal sort of situation. Although the normality rarely remains around for very long. But yeah, we've seen this happen actually an odd number of times. And we do now have the cybernetical happening for Draw. We are having the natural gas as well, so presumably not going to go for any kind of major mid-game speeds kind of thing. He's going to go for more techie-oriented play instead. How is that probe out and about? I don't know how that got out.
I guess he must have gotten out a lot earlier.
Yeah, it must have done.
Yeah. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all to see some kind of Hydra. Oh! I swear to God, I didn't click the Hydra den before I said that. I swear to God, I totally called that. But yeah, Hydra, and wait, second gas. Is this the double Hydra den thing again? Is that what we're seeing? For
We've only got one Hydra this den. That's the only difference.
He's got to make a second one though, right? There's no point having a second gas if you're not having
I think that might be what's going to happen.
Lair.
Yeah, surely.
Wow. Now the thing is, I was going to say, Hydra den, or sorry, 3H Hydra on this map, Electric Circuit, is actually fairly common. I'd say that actually, like, you know, more than half of the ZVPs in Pro League that I casted on this map were in fact 3H Hydra openers, just because, you know, you can transition out of it quite easily as well. Yeah. And it looks like still no second Hydra now actually, so maybe he just needed the extra little bit of gas.
Yeah, you might be thinking just to transition out of it a little bit quicker, so for second gas, yeah. Because he doesn't look too set on second Hydra this time. I think we'll be seeing it already. I mean, it's a fair call, but it would have been a bit outlandish to see that twice in one day, I think. Not that it's impossible.
That's second gas. I don't see how that's justified if you're not actually going for the second Hydra den.
I don't know either. It must be for the sake of the transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if he pulls guys off gas now that he's got both his upgrades or his second upgrade started. Okay, he's still mining with 1 there. He's still mining with 3 here. I mean, if anything, you should mine with 2 and 2 because that's more efficient. But well, whatever. We'll leave it. South Park knows best. South
Park presumably does know best. There must be a plan to this.
Oh, is he gonna see a Hydra with the Corsair? He's gonna catch one Hydra. And he's gonna get shot, so now he knows. But he also sees a lair starting. So it's probably not an all-in. Although he's just gonna build a couple more cannons anyway. I mean, that is the correct decision. Although it looks like, is that gonna, oh, does that actually not impede his gas mining? That's quite nice.
That's smart. Okay, but that makes sense because, yeah, if you think about where you might place an early game pylon, it's kind of a similar kind of position, like right smack bang in the middle. But yeah, he really does need the extra cannons because, as we discussed before earlier in the cast, it doesn't matter if it's a fake out or not. It doesn't matter if it's a transition or not. He needs the cannons because he can't be sure, unless he does some kind of crazy Dragoon action like we saw against Mr. Jimbag over there. But yeah, that's not what we call a likely situation.
Indeed, and it looks like just a few Hydras here at the front, gonna pick off this gateway. Interesting that South Park is actually keeping the majority of his Hydras back here just to keep them hidden. Perhaps actually thinking of going for some kind of break attempt here. But there are 6 cannons though and 4 Zealots. It's gonna be very, very difficult. So maybe just not really wanting to reveal too much, but not actually dedicating his forces. And it looks like, yeah, he is in fact building more drones now as well. So gonna transition out, getting Lurker upgrade, getting a Spire, doing all that good jazz. There's a second Corsair now for Draw coming out just to check things out. He's adding on Gateway. He's actually gonna rebuild a Forge in his main base, assuming that he's gonna lose the one that is natural, although it's just a single Hydra attacking it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually think Draw's in any danger from the Hydrist anymore. However, South Park might be in a little bit of danger from DTs. I think at least one DT is going to be able to sneak out if he's smart about it. There is an Overlord ready and waiting right there, though, and these Corsairs losing a lot of their health. Although Draw not looking too interested in actually sneaking that DT, which is a shame, because I think that DT could do some pretty good stuff if it got over to the 3 o'clock base, but nonetheless, it looks like he's going to keep it back. And making more cannons as well. Very, very curious.
Wow.
A lot more cannons. I mean, he just got a complete scout, and it seems like he's read it completely wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. 4 or 5 cannons against this force may be slightly dangerous, but to build 3 more cannons like that is a little bit excessive for sure. And yeah, that DT, I'm not sure if it would have been able to sneak out. There was some good Overlord coverage here in front of Draw's natural as well. So SouthPark definitely covering all the bases, and as well taking the 3 o'clock base now. So SouthPark actually looking in good shape. You know, going for that kind of peculiar fast double gas, but just single hydrogen, and but still making it work.
Yeah, and yeah, he is looking good because I just don't think Draw has quite seen what's going on very, very nicely right now, which is kind of a bit of a first for him today. But he is going to keep scouting around with his Corsair, and he's going to keep seeing what's happening. And the Mutas are now on the way out. I wouldn't imagine they'll be going anywhere near the natural, but the main looks a little bit dodgy.
Now, the Corsair didn't actually see the Mutas pop, but, you know, judging from the second gas, the fact that lots of larvae were actually morphing at the same time, I think Draw just figured out that it wasn't Mutas.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't point that out earlier. But here we go, the Mutas now moving in here. He's building the emergency cannons. He's got a couple of Templar, though. He's actually just loading up for a drop here. He's like, you know what?
Oh.
I don't care about the main. Oh man, that shuttle, if that got slammed, that would have been horrible. But cannon's not quite ready in the main base. There's one Corsair there. The other 2 Corsairs, I don't know where they are. They should be coming back right now. Oh! Good storm on the Mutas. Good dodge as well. But oh no, the second storm is amazing.
Holy hell.
Wow.
Absolutely.
SouthPark even says wow.
Every single Mutalist goes down at once. So what was looking like an incredibly dangerous Mutalist attack turns into a completely toothless waste of cash for SouthPark, and that is going to sting.
You do not play with fire.
You really don't. That was absolutely brutal stuff. I mean, 2 storms later, and there are literally no Mutalists left. That is absolutely crazy stuff right there from Draw. Once again, proving his worth. And he's now heading over with a shuttle full of goodness. He's got 2 Zealots and 2 High Templar, looking like he's going to do some fun bit of action over on the right-hand side. I don't know if he's bargaining for that 3 o'clock base being up quite yet. I think he reckons he's going to fly straight into the mineral only, but he might find a pleasant surprise if he can pick out a drone or 2 right there.
Yeah, that'll be quite interesting. And man, it was like I was about to comment on how awesome SouthPark's first storm dodge was there, and then the second storm goes down and just annihilates everything. You know, it looks like he's going to see the creep. Hopefully, it means he won't actually reveal the shuttle to the hatchery yet. He's going to go past it. Oh, right into a couple of Overlords though. So he's going to drop the 2 Zealots first. Going to go harass that base while he goes for the storm dodge. Looks like SouthPark actually doesn't pay attention. He doesn't notice it. Storm! One storm catches a handful of drones here. He's still got 1 High Templar in the shuttle. He's chasing down these drones. He's going into the main base. The units aren't there. And storm! Good storm drop. It looks like at least 10 drones, 12 drones maybe in total killed. The Hydra's going to come up here, probably going to get the shuttle, although, yeah, they are going to get the shuttle. Yeah. Meanwhile, the 2 Zealots at the 3 o'clock have killed the 4 drones that were there. They're quite likely actually going to get that hatchery. A couple of Hydras going up to try and save it. It's going to be fairly close. It looks like some Lings going in as well. They might actually be able to save it, but it will be quite close. Meanwhile, Draw's established his mineral only here at the back, going to be able to start mining away at that. Looks like SouthPark trying to take down these back side disruptors. They will get it. There is 1 cannon there they're helping out. And looks like, yeah, the hatchery actually is going to be saved. It looks like, although just barely. Oh, just under 100 health left. Draw can easily send a couple more Zealots to go take that down. But meanwhile, SouthPark's actually expanded yet again.
Yeah, I mean, SouthPark's just trying to take as many bases as possible behind that kind of container he's got going on, which I think is quite a sensible decision. But Draw is going to have a timing, and I think he does know it. He is going to have a window in which he can bust and just do a whole lot of damage at once, because SouthPark's going to be sat on a pretty unfavorable unit mix to deal with heavy mid-game assault from the Protoss player. So I think that's going to be Draw's opportunity here, as long as he can get through those lurkers without being too cost inefficient. If he loses too many lurkers on the way out, he's not going to have enough momentum to take him through.
Indeed, indeed. But actually, just looking at his ground army, it's pretty small here, so I don't really see how he's going to plan to break out of this. And meanwhile, you know, SouthPark is doing the exact thing he should be, taking all these bases. You know, just got to reinforce that contain, hold the contain. He's going up, he's getting his Queen's Nest, going to go up to Hive. He's getting melee and Carapace, you know, really going to focus on that late game Hive tech. We've got the courses of Draw marauding around the top, but there's no shuttle with them to do any kind of crazy drops. And I'm actually it's looking quite bad for Draw. In fact, it actually looks similar to his game yesterday against True Touch. Where he just got into this position, he got contained, and just wasn't really able to do too much. So eventually, Zerg just kind of squeezed the life out of him.
Yeah, he really did. I think Drill's making the right decision in throwing down a bunch of gateways right now, because whatever happens, he's going to need to reinforce pretty quick, sharp, and trying to storm his way out a little bit in advance right here, which actually seems to work out quite nicely. He's pushing the Zerg line back significantly and doing a nice job of sniping out lurkers, but it's not the be-all and end-all by any means. And yeah, gatewaying up pretty heavily right now, which is a little bit uncharacteristic for Draw. We don't often see these kind of big sudden gateway explosions.
Yeah, and by the way, this is a very efficient move you can do when you're lurker contained. One storm plus one tribune shot will actually kill a lurker. So just, you know, storm of course has very long range, so you can just storm it, run the goon in, you know, kill a lurker, and then move back again. And it's nice and efficient. Although of course it does take quite a while to break that many lurkers, though. It looks like SouthPark having some macro issues. Got 3 larvae, got quite a bit of minerals banked, he's supply blocked. But, you know, he's just focused on this contain right now. And it looks like Draw actually making some more headway here. He's got to be careful not to lose these High Templar. Oh man, it looks like SouthPark trying to snipe the Obs. The Obs doesn't quite go down. Nice attempt there though, and it's very, very low on health. A couple more shots from the Hydralisk will kill that Observer and be very, very annoying to the Protoss. So it looks like Draw's got a couple more Observers on the side as well. Draw actually doing a very good job breaking this. I'm quite surprised. He's
doing something he does really well, and that's being patient in situations like this, which is something he often seems very, very good at. He knows when not to panic and not when to think, okay, if I don't go now, I'm never going to be able to go, so just chuck his army in and lose. He really, really knows how to take his time, and I think that's served him very well so far throughout these qualifiers, and it's very, very valuable, especially in situations like this. And yeah, he's breaking this very cost efficiently so far. He's going to lose a couple of Dragoons right here though, which is a bit unnecessary because he got a bit ahead of himself. But now he's coming in with some speed zealots. I don't know if this is entirely intentional. I think it is, just to try and bail his Dragoons out a little bit, but that's not going to be successful. But I think he might have decided it's time to finally go with kind of a strike force. I'm not quite sure I understand this. Okay, now he's moving out the bulk of his army, but still there's a fair amount remaining in his main. Nice storms there again, a lot of lings all at once, and he looks like he's actually pushing towards the 12 o'clock position. I'm not quite sure why he's going up rather than down. He needs to move his army together, and Archon's going to get picked off at the back, and he's going to be forced to retreat back into his main, but he does now have a strike force on the map with which he can do some decent harass.
Oh man, Draw, even though, you know, he committed his army there, he tried to bust out, but the problem is his composition was mostly zealots. Of course, he's on 3 bases, but one of those bases is a mineral only. It's not the right composition that you need, so he's in quite a bit of trouble. The funny thing is, though, he's still got a fairly big supply lead. I don't understand how. 131 supply against 83 supply. I guess it's just mostly probes or something there. He's got a support bay there to get some Reavers, which will, of course, help with breaking out of a contain like this, but just lost a good portion of his army right there, and left a good portion of it at home. So really not looking too good. Although there is a double shuttle harass going into the Zerg's mineral only right now. I don't know how those got out. Looks like the Course has managed to clear the way of Scourge and going to kill all the drones here, and most likely get the hatchery as well. Looks like just can't decide whether he wants to kill the drones or hatchery right now.
Yeah, I think the hatchery is definitely going to be going down, and maybe some drones in the main as well. He's run a little strike force of zealots out into the main. He could probably be able to take out those lings at the mineral only before his zealots start to go down, and thus his drop would stay stronger for longer. But it looks like he's actually able to take out a fair few drones in the main mineral line as well. He's doing some pretty serious economic damage, some very, very serious economic damage. He's going to be able to shuttle out 4 of those zealots as well, and maybe progress on to the 3 o'clock base where he can definitely take out that hatchery. It's still on very, very low health from earlier.
Oh man, insanely effective drop there, and he's still killing drones in the main. He's still killing them all. He killed the hatchery, he's killing drones. Draw is going crazy right now. 20 kills between these 2 zealots. That is a 12 kill zealot, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, he's going to try and chase down this poor little drone, and he's going to run right past it and hit the Spire instead.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but Draw's shuttle harass has just been impressive every single game right here. SouthPark, suddenly, from looking in a very, very commanding position, is in absolute disarray. He is all over the place. He doesn't even know where to look. He's lost a hatchery, he's lost a lot of drones, and he's just in suddenly a heap of trouble. And right now, Draw deciding that he can push out through a not so hefty contain anymore. There are 3 lurkers pretty much completely undefended, which are going to be easily taken out. And Draw has got a huge army behind him right now, with which he can push 157 supply versus 80 for South Park. What a massive swing this is.
Man, Draw's multitasking is so good, but his APM is so low. He's sub 200 APM right now, and he's multitasking, you know, like Bisu basically. This is actually unbelievable. Although, having said that, wait a minute, South Park's APM, what the hell? He's at 170. He's like Bakuryu level APM right there. That's crazy. He's got some units stuck in the back though, which is quite funny.
I honestly think that no matter how much his APM was at this point, I don't know if it could save him. He has so little army. He has like a handful of Lings. He's got some Lings trapped behind the temples. He's got a few Hydras, a couple of Lurkers, but honestly, there's very, very little. And his opponent has so much. Draw has a huge army right now on the field, and South Park runs the risk of getting pretty badly steamrolled. Draw throwing down his 9 o'clock base as well, and this is looking bad for South Park. It could be a 2-0 for Draw in the final of this qualifier.
Man, I don't understand. I mean, I thought South Park had this. I thought he was in a fantastic position.
He was in a great position.
You know, he's at 96 supply against 177. You know, Draw's broken out of the contain. He's getting his 4th base now at the 9 o'clock. And look at this. Triple shuttle harass from Draw. Oh, barely going to get missed by these Zerglings here.
DT top right.
Oh my god, he dropped that in earlier on and moved in while we weren't paying attention. He's forcing all the drones to run here. Looks like the main army moving out as well. Draw with the sickest harassment game. This must be so frustrating to play against as a Zerg player. Oh my god, he might kill the hatchery. He can kill the hatchery right now.
Oh my god.
He's gonna kill the drones though.
There's no overlord there. There's no overlord there. It looks like South Park has actually just kind of lost track of that DT a little bit. He's transferred the drones out and he's been distracted by the engagement. He's going to lose so many Hydras as well at the same time. His army is completely surrounded. What little of it there is left, and those 3 shuttles are going to go into the main of South Park as well. And I don't know what he can do about this anymore.
And this Dark Templar in the 3 o'clock is killing every single drone. And there's the drop into the main base. South Park is in trouble. He's trying to bring units back, but this Dark Templar has 25 kills. He still doesn't see it. It's going to kill every single drone. 27 kills. The cows pop. It looks like he might be just in time to save the main base as one random Dark Templar. He doesn't even have Overlord speed. He doesn't have Overlord speed. This DT's attacking the extractor, but he could kill the hatchery, but it doesn't matter. It's got 29 kills on the DT. Draw with a huge army now. He's establishing another base at the top left natural. Draw, how did you do this? I thought you lost.
This is TLS. The game is never over. And he's going to kill the hatchery. He's killed the extractor. He's going to kill the hatchery. There's nothing that South Park can do about that. And he's about to lose the top rank quarter race as well. Nothing he can do about that either. Draw is expanding like crazy. Draw has not once slipped on his macro either. He is on sub 200 minerals right now. This is absolutely crazy multitasking from Draw. I literally don't know how he's doing it, but this is incredible play from him. And he thoroughly deserves to take this game. I mean, South Park is looking completely finished right now. And wow, I'm speechless.
South Park though, he's going for a huge counter with his Ultra Ling. Where's he going to go? Is it the natural? Is it the new base there? I don't actually know where the best place to go would be. I mean, what do you actually do right now? He's lost all his expansions. He's back down to his original 3 bases, and he's got very, very few drones. Looks like he is going to the expansion. Excuse me. And the Ultra's actually not going to be able to get in here. Nice storm by Draw there. Looks like might be able to hold this off. The Ultras. Oh, they actually can get through. There's a slight gap there in the pylons.
Yep.
I didn't realize that. So he is actually going to be able to kill his base, but look at this giant Protoss army bearing down on the Zerg's army. Meanwhile, another triple drop in the main base with a lot of Zealots there. Looks like going to storm the last of the drones. Poor South Park just has no economy left over. He's bringing back some Ultra Link to take care of this. It looks like he will take care of it, but takes care of the Ultra's Cavern. And wow, Draw.
Well, what to say? I mean, this is just such an impressive game. I mean, he's come from a position which looked impossible to within like 30 seconds to a minute, looking way on top of his opponent, and GG from South Park.
Draw takes game number 2, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat, and he is the champion of the 3rd TLS qualifier. Wow, Draw. Oh man.
Yeah.
He pulled through this time. He kept his promise.
Amazing. Well, I'll say that thoroughly well deserved for Draw. I mean, South Park managed to get himself into a good position in that game, but Draw was just one step ahead. Really very, very, very impressive stuff right there. And yeah, no one deserves it more. South Park, of course, going through as well. But yeah, Draw's going to have the advantage of choosing his opponents in the next round. So very well done to him. Just really, really impressive games.
Protoss wins.
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on. It won't be all Zerg.
All right, we finally have a Protoss qualifying, although of course, as well as Zerg. So South Park does qualify as well, but he just doesn't get to choose his group. He'll be randomly put into a group.
Yep.
So, yeah. Wow. What a day of games. Man, every day, every qualifier games is so good. You know, after the first qualifier, I was like, wow, those games were really good. Probably won't be as good next time. Nope.
Yeah.
Even better in second qualifier. And then today I was like, wow, last weekend was amazing. I mean, you know, if we like have pretty good games today, I'll be happy. But they were still amazing. So thanks to all the players. Huge thanks to our sponsors once again, Razer and Twitch TV.
Yeah.
Everybody go buy Razer stuff. I already told you why you should buy Razer stuff, so let's go do it.
It's not even a debate anymore. You just need it. Yeah.
And Twitch TV, I guess just watch streams, just do what you do.
Yeah, you're doing it now.
How else to support them? Do Twitch TV have T-shirts? They should really have T-shirts.
Yeah.
Team Liquid.
Everyone should.
See, look, like this. See that? But with Twitch. Yeah. So they should do that too. I'll get one of their T-shirts. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks like I made my camera all red because I stood up. I'm
Oh,
not sure
no.
it was blue. Oh, no, it's back. Hey. All right, cool. Anyway, I think that is all. Many thanks also to the tournament organizers, referees. There's lots of people that dedicate a lot of hours to making this work. And thanks to all you viewers for tuning in.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so there will be one more qualifier tomorrow. Same time, starts at 5 p.m. GMT. Yes. And the cast will start 3 hours later, so there'll be another day of awesome qualifiers. Hopefully more Protoss victory. Yeah.
Come on, I'm praying.
And yeah, so don't miss it. Tune in tomorrow. And until then, see you guys later.
Thank you for watching.